Hello and welcome to the Project Return Online Classroom. This is Miss Madison, I am your program manager, and I want to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day. In this video, we're going to go over the history of Valentine's Day and St. Valentine, and we're also going to be making some cards and doing some crafts associated with it, so you guys can still give those to your loved ones. I'm disappointed that we can't be in the center all together, but I still want to make sure that we are all celebrating this holiday and enjoying spreading a little bit of love and cheer. Alright, with that being said, let's get started and let's talk about the beginnings of Valentine's Day. Alright, so there's a few different stories and theories about the origins of Valentine's Day, but the main one that is believed goes back to the Roman Empire and also the Catholic Church. So during a time where the Roman Empire was at some of its highest and strongest, it was taken over parts of Europe, Asia, most of the northern Africa, there was the Emperor Claudius II. He believed that single men made the best soldiers because they weren't tied emotionally to any wives or children. So he actually made it a law that any soldier was not allowed to get married. Well, there was a bishop named Saint Valentine who completely disagreed with this. He thought that if two people wanted to get married, they should be able to celebrate their love and get married together. So, secretly, even though he knew it was breaking the law, he would allow soldiers to come and get married under his church. Now, eventually though, word did get back to Claudius II, and he was not happy about it whatsoever. Claudius II ordered that St. Valentine stop doing it completely, but St. Valentine refused, and with that, Claudius II ordered him to be killed. Now, some even believe that we celebrate Valentine's Day on February 14th because that was the day that St. Valentine was set to be executed. There's even another legend that we get the popular saying "from your Valentine" from a story of him falling in love with the jailer's daughter. Supposedly she would come in, take care of him, bring him food, and after spending hours upon hours just talking and getting to know each other, they eventually fell in love. He wrote her a letter before he passed away, putting at the bottom "from your Valentine," and that's where we still get it from today. In addition to the United States, Valentine's Day is celebrated in Canada, Mexico, the UK, France, and Australia. In Great Britain, it started being celebrated around the 17th century. By the mid-18th century, it was very popular for friends, lovers, acquaintances to be exchanging handwritten notes and little small tokens and signs of affection. By the 1900s, following in the Industrial Revolution, printing technology was increasingly getting better and better. So we saw a lot more printed cards taking the place of handwritten notes. Americans probably started exchanging handwritten valentines around the early 1700s. But by the 1840s, Esther A. Howland, a woman now known as the Mother of Valentine, started making the first mass-produced Valentine cards with elaborate ribbons and lace and colorful pictures she called scraps. Today, according to the Greeting Card Association, an estimated 145 million Valentine's Day cards are sent out each year, making Valentine's Day the second most popular card-sending holiday, behind Christmas. Alright, well that concludes our little history lesson on Valentine's Day. Now we're going to make some Valentine's Day cards. I'm going to grab some construction paper and regular paper, mainly sticking with red, pink, and white, but you can obviously do any color that you'd like. I'm also going to have some Valentine's Day heart stickers. I'm going to use either markers, you can also use watercolor or pens, and a pair of scissors, and you might need some glue if you'd like to glue some things down. So I'm going to grab a few of those supplies and let's get started. So these are the supplies that I mentioned, some of the harder cardstock and greeting cardstock, as well as just regular paper and construction paper. You can use whatever you have around. Those are also the foam heart stickers. You can use gemstones or any other, once again, Valentine's Day themed things that you have around your house. I'm using markers, but you can use colored pencils, you can use watercolor, and also some glue. Pencils and scissors are important to have. I think for the first one, I'm going to start with my greeting cardstock. I'm going to do a kind of style that I really like where I'm going to use one of the foam stickers, and I'm not going to take the backing off or necessarily stick it to the paper yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it in place, and using my marker, I'm going to trace around it, making a pattern of different colors coming off of it. I'm keeping 2 reds and pinks, starting with my darker red and making my way out with a darker pink. And then I can go in with the lighter pink, and that way it could look like it's going from a seamless transition from a darker to a lighter. Now once I'm done, I can put that heart off to the side. I don't necessarily need to hold it there the entire time. That would get kind of tiring. Once I'm getting to the end of what I'm doing with the red, I'm leaving a little space in with the lines that I'm coloring. That way I can go in with my pink and make it look like there's a little bit more of a transition of the colors. The fun thing with markers is that you get this texture, so I don't have to worry necessarily about it being super seamless. I can just have fun making a really textured look with the markers. You can also see how this would be fun with watercolors, making it, that would be really easy to make it a seamless transition, and the same thing with the colored pencils as well. And this is the finished result on the greeting card cardstock. Just write your note on the inside and show your appreciation for your loved ones. Okay, so on for the next one, we're going to be using just a beige colored cardstock. You can use whatever construction paper or other paper you have on hand. This one I'm going to use the main base of the card, and then I'm going to take a pink construction paper and I'm going to use this to trace a heart. And this heart I'm going to put on the edge of my greeting card, and it'll look like each side of the heart is on either side of the card. Now when drawing a heart like this, it's really super easy. Just make sure that you are only drawing it and cutting it from the side of the paper that the fold is on. If you do it on the side that's open, you're just going to have 2 halves of the heart, but it will not end up being one complete heart. So all you do is start from one side of it. Make sure you start a little bit lower down than where you think you might need. That way it looks more like a heart and you have that dip in there. Kind of looks like a little bit of a teardrop. And when you cut it out, if you made sure you started with the seam in the middle, then you will have a finished heart. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of glue and I'm going to put it on the back of the heart. That way that is going to be good and secure on my cardstock, and I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. And just to decorate it a little bit, this is when I'm going to use my foam stickers. This is when you can use any gemstones, any other stickers that you also have around. You also can draw hearts in there, or the same way that we cut out the really big heart that we glued down, you also can use that same method to cut out your own little hearts. You can do them in small little sizes. Just make sure you're drawing that half a heart on the seam of the closed part of the paper, and then you will be good to go, and you can also glue down your own hearts that way. I'm then going to write a Happy Valentine's Day note on the front, and I'm going to write one on the inside, and then our card will be complete. Those are 2 ways you can make and have some fun using crafts to make Valentine's Day cards this holiday. I hope you guys have a wonderful Valentine's, and I will see you again for the next video. Bye!